Good morning, my dear students. Today in our live class, we have discussed about harvesting and storage. We know that the product of the great effort and the labor of farmers in cultivation is obtained through harvesting, right? So harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering of crops after its maturation. Okay, we know that in cereal plants, mostly it is matured in about 3 to 4 months after cultivation. So the maturation period of such cereal plants are 3 to 4 months. So after its maturation, it is to be cut and gathered together by the process of harvesting. And in harvesting, we are just pulling out the crops, or we are made a cut or just above the ground or very close to the ground. This is the method of harvesting. And in some areas in India, in some states, the harvesting is a celebration by the farmers. They are just celebrating that by singing songs, singing traditional songs, by dancing, etc. So I just read that portion in your textbook. Harvest time is the happiest time for the farmers and their families, that we know. The sight of golden fields of standing crop loaded with grains fills the heart of farmers with joy and a sense of prosperity. The farmers sing traditional songs to express their joy and pleasure for getting the product of their hard work and labor. Special festivals associated with the harvest season are, this is very important, there are names for those festivals which is celebrated in harvesting period are Pongal, Baisakhi, Holi, Nibanya, Bihu. So these are the festivals that are celebrated during the harvesting of crops in different states. So harvesting is a very important process for a farmer, that the effort, the product of the effort for a long term is obtained through this harvesting. And this can, in India, harvesting can be done with the help of a sickle or by using mechanical harvester. A sickle or a harvester can be used for harvesting purpose in India. Okay, so after the crop is harvested, the chaff must be removed from the grains. So the process of separation of chaff from the grain are called as the threshing process. Threshing is the process of separation of chaff from grains. And threshing can be done either manually or by using certain certain machines. In normal cases, in small scales, the farmers are just thresh, or they will strike the bundles of crops on a rough surface so that the chaff and grains can be removed. Or the farmers using the farm animals to trample the crop, so that also they are removing or separating the grains from the crop plant or the stalk. Okay, so after the threshing process, it also can be done with the help of a thresher, or a combine can be used in large scale. In a large field or a large farm, a combine, which is a machine, can be used for threshing. Okay, and after threshing, another process called winnowing is done to separate the husk from seeds. Don't be confused with these two processes. Winnowing is the process of separation of husk from the grains. Husk from the grains can be separated by winnowing, and winnowing can be done with the help of the wind blow. So here you can see the picture in figure 1.27, a farmer separating husk from wheat grains by winnowing. So a farmer will place the basket contains grains in like a manner, and when the wind blows, the lighter husk, we know that the husk is lighter than that of the grains, so the lighter husk will reach in a more distance than the grains fall. The grains fall in a straight line on the ground. So we can easily separate the grains and husk with the help of wind blow. Okay, that process is called winnowing. And nowadays, recently, the farmers use winnowing machines. That picture is also given in your textbook. So, winnowing machine also can be used for the purpose of winnowing. Okay, so after this harvesting, threshing and winnowing, we need to store properly the crops. The grains must be stored properly. Why? Because the grains are the final product of the cultivation, and that is the that must be used for the consumption, for human consumption. So it must be properly stored, otherwise it leads to the damaging and the loss of that grains. So that must be stored properly. Due to the improper storage, around 10% of crops that are cultivated in India are lost. So that shall not be allowed. We must protect the crops by different methods. We know that when the crops are cultivated, the seeds may contain the moisture. So that moisture must be removed in order to prevent the attack of pest, pathogen, fungus, etc. How the moisture can be removed? Yeah, in small scale it can be exposed to sunlight, and the moisture must be removed. But in a large scale that cannot be possible. In that case, mechanical dryers with hot blowing air can be used, so that no moisture will remain there, and all the moisture content will be removed by this sun dry method or by using mechanical dryers. Okay, and after drying the seeds, it must be stored properly in sacks, right? So in small scale, the farmers uses jute bags or metallic bins. And in a large scale, in a commercial production of the seeds, they are using gunny bags in granaries or in silos. And these gunny bags are placed, or it is protected in separate stacks in granaries or silos, and that stacks are provided with the sufficient space between each, because they're having a pathway called alleys for proper inspection. We know that we need to regularly inspect the sacks, because there may be attack of pests and insects. So proper inspection of the containers must be there, so that the pathways or alleys are provided for that. And proper fumigation also can be done by the inspection process. Okay, so and silos are the big and tall cylindrical structures, and they store different stocks of food items at different level, and when we need that grains, we can easily taken out when it is required. Okay, so silos and granaries are used for storing the gunny bag filled with the grains. And the next thing that we have studied was in order to increase the yield, in order to increase the crop yield, what are the methods can be adapted. We know that the population in India are increasing day by day. So all must be satisfied with the proper food. So what will we do in order to increase the crop yield or the production of seeds? There are lots of methods must be included in cultivation, like providing better irrigation facilities, proper use of natural methods of replenishing nutrients in soil, then using suitable methods of protection from weeds, pest and disease, and also the use of advanced agricultural implements to improve the crop yield. All these methods must be adapted while the cultivation is practiced, so that we can increase the yield. And also there is one most important thing, that when we select the seeds, or when we select the crop which is to be cultivated, that must be disease free and having a higher yield. So when we select a crop, a higher yielding variety of crop can be selected, and also the disease free crop must be selected while cultivation. Okay, so these methods can be done or achieved by different methods in agriculture like plant breeding, etc. And in plant breeding, it is a technique through which scientists control the reproduction in plants to get desired offspring. If we need a plant that have a higher yielding and also disease free, the reproduction, we know that by the reproduction new plants are produced. So scientists in their artificial methods, their plant breed, the different methods can be adapted to get the desired quality of plant. So the farmers or the scientists are using methods like plant breeding. Okay, so these are the things that we have studied today, and the rest will be taken in our next class. Thank you.